All right, we is live on YouTube and we is live on Instagram. We gonna see who comes to play. Who wants to hang out with me today? I'm at the beach. Hey. I'm at the beach. I'm at the beach. I'm at the beach. Where you at? Tell me where you at. Hello, people coming into the chat. Hey, I don't know how to say your name, but hey. Welcome. I'm going to let some people come in before I get started. Hey, Tiny Dream Bus. Type your name in the chat again. I forget. So I can give you a proper welcome. You're in snowy Boulder, Colorado. I do not envy you at all. Kelly. Hey, Kelly. How are you? What do we got? We got some more people coming in on Instagram. Gonna let some people come in so that everybody gets a chance to see my face. What's going on? I'm gonna look up and look down and look up. If I'm looking up, I'm Instagram. Hey, Shelby. If I'm looking down, it's YouTube. So welcome to my live. I am gonna be, yeah. Too much stuff is going on outside at the beach, y'all. I don't know what's happening. Anyways, I am going to be doing some question and answer. So if you saw my post last week on YouTube or on Instagram and you asked me a question, I will be answering that today. And we are also going to do some video trivia for people who have been watching my videos religiously. Thank you very much. I appreciate the love. And I will be doing a giveaway at the end of this live if you get all of the answers right. There are 5 questions. I'm making it pretty easy. Hey, everybody coming in on Instagram and on YouTube. How you doing? Hey, Patrick. Peace and blessings. No, I'm at the beach, but the kids are getting wild. It's getting later in the day. I don't know what they're doing out there, but they're doing, kid stuff that's loud. So excuse that. I try to be prepared with at least lighting. Hello, eminence of God. How everybody? Kids need their nap. These are big kids. Big kids. We all deserve a nap. But anyways, I got a couple people here on YouTube and I've got a couple people here on Instagram. So if you are on YouTube, make sure you introduce yourself in the chat if you can, so I can give you a shout out. And if you are on Instagram, do the same as well. So we're going to get into the question and answer very soon. If you have any questions for me that you didn't get a chance to submit, please put those in the chat and I will try to answer those as well. If it pertains to Avi Life or Queen Tasha Life or whatever you might, I'll satisfy your curiosity if I can. Anyways, we're gonna get started. So, the first question, I don't know why I keep using it. I like music. If you didn't know, I sing in all my videos. Anyway, so I'm going to start off with YouTube questions. People on YouTube. So these are YouTube names. So the first question comes from Llamas Love Anime, which is my niece Maddie. So shout out to her if she's watching. She said, "When are you coming back to North Carolina?" I am coming back in the summer, like I have told you many times, when you get out of virtual school. But yeah, I plan to head back to North Carolina. I'm in Florida right now. I'm in the Clearwater, Tampa Bay, St. Pete area, and I am going to be down here for the better part of spring. I got here at the end of February, which we're transitioning from winter to spring. Thank goodness. We already started getting longer days, and that makes me happy. I feel like these kids are running around my RV on purpose because they know I'm doing stuff in here. Because I closed the door. I had the door open before. They're like, what is she doing in there? Anyways. Hey, Sean, Virgo, how are you? So yeah, I will be in North Carolina from June till probably the end of July, visiting family. That's where most of my family is, and I'm going there to see my nieces and nephews, as well as sisters and brothers, and mom, who all live there. And I'll probably head out to the beach as well, because last time I was there, I found this beautiful beach on the Outer Banks that I will return. So yes, I will be back in North Carolina from June to July, and then I'll be heading out of there because, you know. Hey, Muja. Hola. All right, next question is from Dante Dunn, who is my brother. I don't know if he's here yet, but if he is, hey, bro. He said, are you planning on going off-grid anytime soon? Yes. Yes, I do. I am in Florida right now, and if you don't know this already, I am a Florida resident, and I've lived in Florida. I lived in Florida in St. Pete area for 2 years, and then I've come back now 3 times as a snowbird, escaping winter from the rest of the world that's experiencing that, and I am sorry to you. It's your choice. Yeah, so but this time in Florida, I want to do like a little bit of travel here, a little bit of travel there while I'm here. And some of the spots that I want to hit are in southern Southwest, which is not an area that I've explored yet, which is like Cape Coral, Fort Myers. I haven't been to Key West, so that's kind of like where I'm going to be concentrating my time of traveling. But there's some areas in Florida called water land management, and it's similar to boondocking out in the West Coast, but you kind of got to go through a little bit more trouble. Like, you got to reserve it, but you still get 14 days for free in a lot of these places, but you just have to like go find it and then like reserve it and stuff like that. So you can't just pull up like you can if you're out like in Quartzsite. Like, you can't just pull up. Like, you gotta make a reservation, but it is free. So, and it's boondocking stuff. So I do plan on doing some boondocking while I'm here. I am currently doing some, I guess, city boondocking while I'm out here in Clearwater. I was posted at a friend's house for about 2 weeks, and now I'm headed south, where I'm gonna go post up at the people who sold me this RV. They invited me to come to their house, so I'm gonna go hang out with them for a couple weeks. And but I'm taking like the week in between to kind of just like do my own thing. So that is that question. I do plan on going off grid. Let's see, I think I saw a question on here. How long, from Eminence of God, how long would you be living nomadic? Months, years, indefinitely? Indefinitely. I'm always going to be nomadic. I was just having a conversation with somebody about this. I do plan to have a home base. My goal and dream has been for a while to have like a homestead community, you know, off grid, on grid, but mostly off grid, like food forests, alternative living, yurts, tiny houses, RVs, all that stuff. Not in this country. I haven't found that place yet. But on my travels out of this country, I will find it. And wherever I feel the most free, I will nest. and I will have a home base, but I will always be nomadic. I am going to switch out of road nomadic probably in the next 3-ish years, and I plan to buy a boat and do sailboat life, nomadic life, at some point. So that is your question. Yes, indefinitely. And this type of nomadic life, as far as in a vehicle, probably for the next 2 to 3 years, because I want to do the Pan American Highway and I want to take my time. And so, yeah. Hey, Tara Diva, how are you? All right, next YouTube question is from LEXNC. I'm assuming you're from North Carolina, because, yeah. She said, what are your travel plans for the rest of 2021? So it's weird. I was talking to my friend about this, and I feel like I have my whole year planned out. But so I'm in Florida right now. Like I said, I'm gonna be here till about the end of end of May. And I'm headed to the Black Nomads meetup. I'm actually the entertainment organizer for them. It hasn't been officially announced, but you got the inside scoop. For the Black Nomads meetup that's happening in Georgia. So that's the first week in June. So I'll be in Georgia and Atlanta. I always stop through Atlanta when I'm going north or south. So if you're in Atlanta, make sure you are following me on Instagram, because I will let you know. But yeah, I'm doing that, and then I'll be in North Carolina, like I said, from June to the end of July. And then for my birthday, I want to do, for birthday and summer travels, I would like to do the Northeast. I haven't really done New York and above, so in my RV. So I'm definitely going to visit you, Patrick. I want to go to Niagara Falls for my birthday, for our birthday. If you want to do that, let's do that. And then I want to do Vermont, go and visit family in Massachusetts, do Maine, all that stuff up there. That will be my summer trip. And then I will head back down to Florida for the winter. And I've been invited to possibly go out to the DR for the winter time, so I might go out to the DR for a month, pending things of travel of that sort in my way that I want to do it is a thing. So hello, Wandering Wagons, thank you for coming. And Haitian Princess, what's up? Who do we got on YouTube? How do I sign up for the Nomads meetup? Is there an IG page? Yes, the IG page is Black Nomads Meet. And they have a website called blacknomadsmeet.org or meetup.org. Oh, I should probably look that up. But it's on Instagram. If you're following me on Instagram, you can go to who I'm following and you can see that. But it's Black Nomads Meet. And the meetup is from the 4th through the 6th. It's a weekend. Uh-oh, hold on 1 second. I'm charging. I gotta switch chargers. RV life. Here we go. Oop. I'm switching from my backup battery to my solar battery. Boom, boom, boom. Okay. And what was I saying? Oh, yeah. And yeah, it's going to be a fun time. You do have to register. And then if you, qualify, then you can come to the event. It's a small private event. You can't just show up. You have to you have to pre-register, and then once approved, then you can come. Just because we are trying to, make it safe for everybody. But anyways, so yeah, I'm doing that. Then Northeast for the summer, back down here for the winter, and hopefully international travel with no mask will be a thing in December, and I will be in DR. And that's the end of the year. Next question comes from Miss Jones on YouTube. She said, are you still doing a Florida meetup? Yes. I'm still trying to figure out how to how I'm gonna coordinate that, but it's gonna be my idea for it is it to be probably at the end close to the end of May, because what I want to do is make it so that people that come to that who are in Florida that want to go to the Black Nomads meetup, that we can caravan up together. So I'll probably do it sometime like the end or middle of May. I'm still trying to figure out my timeline is like when I'm leaving to go up there. So I'm still trying to figure out the dates, but it's going to be sometime at the end of May. And I want to do it. It's just a free boondocking thing. I want to pick one of the little waterland management, like I was mentioning before, somewhere where we can go and chill and, just camp out together and just do, some fun little drum circle, blah, blah, blah. And, you know, and then for the people that are going to the Black Nomads meetup, anybody that wants to caravan, we can do that up to that way. So that's my plan, but I haven't really put everything together yet. So stay tuned to that. Who's else is next? That was it from YouTube. So I'm going to go back to the scroll to see what other people came in. Lumi Divine. How do I? Oh, I already did that one. Patrick, sure, Niagara Falls or Thousand Islands or both. Yes. I don't know what that other one is, but that sounds cool. How do you stay cool in the summer? I close the doors and I walk around naked. I have all blackout windows. You can't see inside. It's like, no. One of the reasons why I do this life is to get outside more. And it's way more hot inside the RV than it is outside, even when it's hot. You're getting some fresh air. But I do open up all the windows. Like I had all the windows open up until I started this because everybody's being loud outside. But when I do that, I get a nice breeze. I have a 12-volt cigarette lighter fan, little auto clip light, and then I also have like a 110 one that I can plug into my solar or plug into my little box that I can use fans. I have 3 vents on the roof, and that helps. But really, get the fuck out of the party. You're gonna bake in here regardless. If I'm plugged, I do have AC, but you can only use that when you're plugged in. When you're like plugged into 30 amp. I am working on, it would be nice to have a generator, but honestly, I don't know where I would put it. This model didn't come with one built in, and at this point, I don't know where I would put it. But I'm fine the way that I am. I'd rather be hot than cold, so I'm cool with that. I just get outside. Damali J, hey girl, welcome to the East Coast. You may arrive near Washington, D.C. around Cherry Blossom Festival when headed north. It's beautiful in April or May. I'm from Maryland, so I'm familiar with that. I've been there and done that. But thank you. What else? All right. Hey, Nia and Nar, what's going on? And Hossein. Okay. And then Patrick said you put some ice in a bowl. I also have other things. Like I have a cooling blanket that I sleep with because I like to sleep with the blanket, but I don't want to be hot. So I bought this blanket. It's so bomb. Ask my nieces and nephews that one time their air condition broke in the house, and I brought my blanket and just laid it on the couch, and they was like I was like, y'all gonna have to get your mom to get your own Amazon blanket because this is mine. But like it's so nice. Like it's a thin like blanket, and it's somehow a cooling blanket. I don't know how technology works. I have that. I love that. What else? I have like a little what I called a dream pillow, but it's like a pillow that has like lavender and beads and rice and stuff in it, and I put that in the freezer, and that state, like you can put that on the back of your neck or put it in your lap or whatever, and it cools you down nice. But like I said, I just get outside. Like I'd rather be hot than cold, so that's not a question. All right, moving right along. We are going to, it's 4:20. Hey. I'm going to switch to IG questions. So if you asked a question on my IG stories, I'm going to answer it now. So, and you may not be here because there's not a whole bunch of people on here from IG, but I will be posting both of these on IG story or IG TV on that one, and YouTube, playback, save it, whatever. It will be on here. So if you didn't make it, I'm sorry. I picked YouTube's algorithm best time for people. That's why I picked Sunday at 4, because that's what they told me is the best time. So I'll replay this. So if you didn't make it to this, hey, how you doing? From the past. And so yeah, we're gonna move on to IG questions. So on IG, Miss Grady Baby for Life 75 asks, I'm in need of a parking spot for my 32-foot TT, which I don't know what that stands for, but I'm assuming it's an RV of some sort, in the Atlanta area, preferably Cobb. I've tried Craigslist ads as you suggested, and I'd really like to live in a private property owner opposed to a park setting. I feel you, girl, but unfortunately, Atlanta's not one of those like friendly places for that. The Craigslist strategy works in the sense of like if Craigslist is a thing in those towns. Like I hadn't come up with that idea yet when I was in Atlanta. I was mainly doing RV parks. Like the first couple months of RV life, I was in a different RV and I was truck driving. And so I was putting my RV in storage in Atlanta. And then when I would come back in town, I would just go and stay at an RV park. And I was burning a lot of money that way. And so it's like, gotta find another way. So I did stay in some reasonable ones. My favorite one was one out in Villa Rica. If you're watching this, DM me and I'll look it up. I can't remember exactly the name of it, but it's in Villa Rica. It's like a privately owned state park. It's on all the little, like if you Google RV parks in Atlanta area, like it comes up in that search. And they were very reasonable in price. I think when I was going there, it was like $20 a night. I think they upped it to like 25. Inflation. But I think for like a month, it was like less than $500. So, and there was people that lived there, but the way that they everything was like kind of spread out, and you were under all these trees that like shaded you, but like you felt like you were in nature, but also like just like out in the boondocks. Like it was really nice. Like that was my favorite one, the most affordable one, to not feel like you're on top of each other like at an RV park, but still pay reasonable rent. If you're trying to not do the money thing, there's what I would recommend. Look up Boondockers Welcome. I'm signed up for a membership with them. I've used them. There's a few in Atlanta, but there's not a whole lot. And then there's another website or another app that I just recently came across. I haven't really used it yet. I do want to test it out. It's called World Packer. And basically it's kind of that kind of setup where you can barter some type of skill for a place to stay. I also do Wolf. I haven't looked to see what Wolf, and Wolf is working for organic farms, and it's basically another barter exchange. Like you go and do services on a farm or garden or something like that in exchange for a place to park or stay. A lot of the places have a place where you can park an RV. Some of them, they have like a house or something, or a room in a house that you stay. What's nice about that one is you get groceries and you get organic food. Like it's pretty dope. Those would be my suggestions, but Atlanta honestly is like one of the hardest places. And then Cobb on that, like I was staying with a friend up in Cobb. I seen a guy at a house, like he had like an awning with his RV, but like he wasn't living in it. I don't know what the ordinance are in Atlanta, to know, but I know that our Atlanta and RV life is just like, it's a rare thing, at least from my knowledge. So I'm sorry I can't be more helpful in that. But hopefully those apps that I suggested like will help with that. Next question comes from Miss Nova to you. She says, has it ever happened that you couldn't find a place to park the RV even just to sleep? No. I have a plethora of different apps and resources that I use that help me be prepared for how I want to camp. And so I always have backups. Like there has been times where like I went to the most ideal, I tried to go to the most ideal spot. I'm like, oh yes, I'm going to see this little mountaintop view, blah, blah, blah. And I start going down that road and I'm like, this is too long of a dirt road. Back up. Time to go back. Let's pick the next spot. And sometimes I end up like just at a rest area or a truck stop or something like that. I have a video called Free Camping, how I find my free camp spots. There's a plethora of different things and resources that you can use, like from off-grid and being out in the wild or wild camping, and then like city boondocking or city camping where you're at your Walmarts and your Cracker Barrels and stuff like that. So there's all kind of ways that I have yet to get somewhere and not know where I could sleep. So I usually plan that out. That's part of my safety precautions, is to know that I can not only have a place to sleep, but also have peace of mind while I'm sleeping, that somebody's not going to come knocking, or that I'm not where I'm supposed to be, or, or I don't feel like I'm safe, or it's going to be quiet or whatever. So they don't care I'm doing a lot. It's popping here at the beach, yo. It's spring break too, in Florida. So there's that. Let me see what else we have on questions on YouTube Live. Thank you, everybody who has come out to YouTube. Marcus Robinson, what size RV would you recommend for this lifestyle? It depends on the way that you want to camp. Check out my how to buy a used RV video. Like, there's a lot of questions, and I also, I consult on that as part of my business, but there's a lot of things that go into that. Do you have a family? Are you doing it by yourself? Do you want to travel full time? Do you want to, be stationary and be parked? Do you have a vehicle? Do you have an animal? Different things. Like for me, my first rig was a 34-foot class A, and I wanted the biggest one in my budget because I was like transitioning. And it turns out that it wasn't that big of a transition, because I lived in a tiny house before that, like a little alley house in Florida, which is like 400 square feet. And I didn't really have to downsize too much. I had to get rid of my furniture, obviously, because I couldn't bring the furniture in there. But like, I kept a lot of my stuff. I mean, I downsized, obviously, but like, there was a whole wall of closet. It's the girl's dream apartment, bachelor pad on the road, okay? And it was just me and my dog. But it was like way too big for me to be able to go on adventures that I wanted to go on. And a lot of the YouTubers that I've watched up until this life are van life people. And I'm not going to do van life. Like, I'm not going to do van life. I like the size that I have, which is a 26-foot. What's nice about this, I used to drive 26-foot box trucks, and what I learned is, if you find a spot in the back of a lot, your Walmart lots, or even any really lot, I've been in small lots and done this, but if there's a clearing behind, like a grassy area that doesn't have any brush or anything like that, I can back into a spot and have my overhang be on that, and just take up one spot versus taking up two spots. And I like that. It also makes better for turn radius. Nobody likes to do a U-turn in an RV. When I see that on the directions, I'm like, left and left. I will go out of the way to not have to make a U-turn. But yeah, so for me, 26 feet is good. But I mean, it's different for everybody. It also depends on what kind of vehicle you can drive. Like, my friend would love to have an RV, but she's an awful driver. It's too big of a vehicle. She had a bigger vehicle. It didn't work out for her. So there's a lot of factors that go into it. Like I said, if you go on my website, StarQualityOrganizing, I can help you do that. I consult for that if you're trying to get into this lifestyle for real. Let's see what else. Tiny bus, Marcus, depends on your needs. Yeah, I agree with that. Our Sweetwater Valley dream is, I'm not sure. Is Florida more RV friendly? Yes, if you're at a park. Not so much for like boondocking as much from what I hear. But like I said, I haven't really traveled that much in here, but I've looked on some of my resources like Boondockers Welcome and things like that. And there's not a whole lot of free stuff like in your ideal spots, like on the beach or close to the beach, like where people want to be. Not really, but like in the boondocks, yeah. Like in the middle, Central Florida, that little, the little middle part of Florida, like all in there is where most of like the boondocking and free stuff is. But it is more RV friendly in the sense of like you see more RVs and they're choosing to do this life. And there's a whole lot of RV parks in different ranges, sizes, and all over Florida. So yes, it's RV friendly in that way if you want to pay. Would you consider building a schoolie? Yes. Luminaria? Yes. That was actually my dream. Before I bought my first RV, I thought I was going to get a schoolie, and I went to try to go check one out that was like reasonably priced, but then just like the timing that I had to move from my tiny house into my RV like was so limited, and I was just like, yeah, and I was working a full-time job and I had limited help. Like it was just not a thing. But I feel like that could be my next rig because I do plan on switching rigs and I would love to do something custom. I feel more confident now that I could do it than I did in the past. And so I would definitely love to do something like that, something custom. I mostly watch Van Lipers too, even though I'm in a 40-foot schoolie. Ambulance. I love the ambulance idea. I love anything that's like already got storage in it. It's pre-storaged. Anyways, let me jump back to IG questions. The next question comes from Space Bath. Space Bath? What's the hardest RV project you've taken on? All of them. It's all been hard. It's all been challenging, but I'm a problem solver and I like puzzles and figuring things out. And so, but just to specify some that were like, oh my gosh. When I switched out my fridge. So in this RV, the RV fridge that was in there, it didn't work. So I took that out. There was a whole like bird's nest, just all kind of debris that came down out of the little chimney. Yo, it was stink bugs. It was awful to clean that out. And it was heavy, yo, and I was doing it by myself, of course. Mrs. Queen Tasha doesn't ask for help. And, yeah, getting that out and then putting the new fridge in, cleaning it out, blah, blah, blah. And then I went back in later on to like do like a DIY insulating that little area because it's just like, a cutout. And yeah, that was a whole nother thing. Also, I think what was hard, if you look at my tour, I have like a chest in right when you walk into the door, and before that there was a chair there and it was bolted to the RV floor and I had to take it out from underneath, and those bolts were rusted and they did not want to come out, yo. There was one that came out easy and I was like, oh, okay, it's gonna be perfect. And I tried to get the other one out and I was like, well, fuck it, I'll put some WD on that, move to the next one. That didn't want to come out, so I had to have my mom come out and hold the bolts from the side as I was underneath, and that still took like 30 to 40 minutes to get 3 bolts out to take one chair. I can't even imagine the people that do the bus and have to take all those seats out. God bless you. Took one chair out and threw my back out. Yo, it was awful. What else was hard? In the last RV, doing the floors. It was my first time even taking on some type of challenge like that, or some type of thing like that, and it came out okay, like generally mostly okay. It looked aesthetically nice. You didn't want to look at the corners and things. But demoing the floors out and then cleaning them up and then putting That's why I haven't taken out the floors in this RV, because I'm like, I'd rather just pay somebody. I did my service on the first one. I'm good. But I've been really upset with these floors here, and so I'm considering taking them out. I've already been like starting to price out some floors, and I might do it myself. I'm hoping I meet somebody on the road that will help me. I really don't want to do it. I'd rather pay somebody to do it, but I'm cheap. So, anyways, that was the hardest project. Next question from IG. Kojo and Yaya. Hey, ladies, they're not here. But they asked, if you were given $1 million in reparations, what would you do with it? In reparations, I wouldn't want to use it for myself. I would want to use it to like help the community or build a community in which, we can be uplifted and build generational wealth from it, and not just go spend it on a bunch of random stuff. Like, I feel like I'm good and abundance is flowing into my life, and I'm doing all of this so that I can be a blessing to the world. And so, like, if I was to get reparations, I don't think it's going to be $1 million. Let's be real. But if I won $1 million lottery, 1 million, if I won 1 million, I'd get $500,000 spread out through different charities, organizations, or things that support things that are aligned with my goals, like supporting the planet and getting rid of waste and educating people on that, and buying land to restructure communities that are impoverished, bringing water to communities that don't get it, taking plastic out of communities that need that, stuff like that. Like, that's my dream, to be able to support things like that, because I just have such a huge connection to the planet, and I just am passionate about trying to at least educate people on how we have been damaging it for the longest, and what we can do in our own personal life. People are so worried about saving, that they can't save the planet on their own, and I'm just like, yeah, you can. Everybody thinks that if what just I do in my own life, that changes. If everybody thinks that same thing, I'm not trying to save my neighbor and everybody else. I'm just trying to do my best for the planet. That will spread in that. And anyways, I could go off on a tangent and all that. Watch my zero waste video if you haven't seen that. And it shows all the things that I do, that I've done over, and habits and things that I've done over the years, and what I do in my RV life to support my love of the planet. Next question. I don't know if I'm saying this right, but Rizzo Music from Instagram? I'm not sure if that's right. How long have you been growing your locks? What do they mean to you? And then he says, love your mission. I have a video about this as well. I'm getting ready to come up at the end of this month on my 4-year lock anniversary, or I started off with extensions, and just recently, I don't know if you can see this. You can see it on Instagram, but I did a little chop. I always do a chop right above the boob for the last couple of years to get the extensions out. I think one more year and I could cut it again if I really wanted to, but I like this length. This is the length that I originally got, which when I got the extensions, I got it to be like right around here. And so every year I just been like chopping it at that same spot. So you see like the color from the original. If you look in that video, like there was color in there, and that's gone now. So I just recently did a chop. I don't know if I'll do a video. We'll see. I did film it. We'll see what happens. I like to do stuff just for me. I make stuff content just for myself. So anyways, and what do they mean to me? This is such a freeing hair journey for me. I've been through so much of, all the things that Black women have to go through. Just with our crown here, just the stuff on top of our heads, what we've had to go through, like the creamy crack, all the different things, that flat irons, the brushing out, the curls, wigs, the weaves, I've done it all. And I was just like getting to a point where I just wanted to be free with my hair. And last year was the first time, because it did take a while for my hair, for the extensions to, to really allow my hair to grow, and then for my hair to lock and stuff like that. So I wasn't submerging my hair in water. But if you see in one of my videos that I did before I left Florida, like I went and no, not before I left Florida. When I came back to Florida to go to Pensacola before doing my West Coast journey, um, in Pensacola, I was getting all up in the ocean, not giving no care, just getting my hair all wet. And that I had been waiting for that moment for so long, and it was amazing to like just be able to just get my hair wet and just like swim like the mermaid I am, and just not worry about my hair getting wet, what I'm gonna have to do after it, and all that. It's such a freeing thing. And then also just the connectivity that you have with your crown and things like that. Like, it's just, there's a lot of things that go into it, but for me it's just the most freeing hairstyle I've had as an African American woman or a Black woman, that allows me to live the way that I want to live. So yay, I'm almost on 4 years, and it's been awesome. So last question comes from Goat Locker Wanderer. What's up, John? How are you doing? I don't know if you're here, but if you're here, what's up? He said, what has been your best memory on the road so far? So many great memories. So many great memories. Have you seen the video that just dropped with me meeting Sky? That was that was so awesome. I would say for me, the first real memorable moment for me on my cross country trip was when I did my first like wild camping and boondocking, and going into Colorado, like being able to like go to the dispensary, and then also like just go out into the middle of nowhere. First time I got to stargaze for real. Like, light pollution is a motherfucker. Like, you can see the stars like you can see them when there's no light pollution. I didn't even know that was a thing until you get out into the middle of nowhere and you're like, get the fuck out of here. That's what the stars look like. Yo, it's awesome. It's amazing. And I made a fire, and like I was there, and then going to Mesa Verde National Park, like, man, doing that hike, that was the first like real solo hike in nature that I've done, since reconnecting to nature. And it's just yeah, it was insane. If you have never been there, like, put that on your bucket list. Like, it's amazing. And it was during COVID, so we couldn't go and like tour the cliff palaces. I definitely want to go back and go in those cliff palaces. They went from pit houses to palaces, okay? I don't know when the alien showed up, but like like palaces, like beautiful on a cliff. And they do something there, prior to COVID, where they would light up all the little cliff dwellings and stuff where you could see, and I can't even like imagine what it was like back in that time. And they was just partying, they had no worries, no bills. Like, just partying on the cliff, like in their like 15-room palaces, like, and what's crazy about those palaces is like they're like, in the video where I was showing, like, I was walking over when we were heading back to the thing, and I didn't realize I was walking on top of the palaces. Like, if you were an enemy or something, you were coming, they would see you coming before before you see them. And like, that's probably the strategy, and I love it. Anyways, that was my favorite memory, is going to Colorado for the first time and going to Mesa Verde. That was on my bucket list. I did that for my birthday, and I got to wild camp, and it was awesome. It was awesome. Awesome. All right, let's look at who's coming. We got Rediscover Yourself. Hey. We got Sizzo. Hey, what's up? Who else? Yonder. What's up? Who we got here on YouTube? Okay, man. Miss Andrea's Journey. I want an RV at first, but now I have to get a shuttle bus and customize it. Side note, purple is the best color ever. I agree. Now imagine a whole bus full of seats. It sucks. Yeah, I know. I don't. I'm so sorry. When I was doing it, I was like, oh, yeah, a bus and like seat, a whole bunch of these seats. Can't even imagine. You get a heat gun for rusty bolts. Have you done any research on starting an RV park? I have not, but going back to like, if you came in, I want to have like a homestead community. I want to buy the land and then I want to give pieces of it for people to build some type of alternative living, and have different ways for people to come and live that type of life, but mainly like, but I don't know if I want to do it for profit. I guess I'm too nice. Like, I don't want to sell it. I want to buy it and give it. Anyways. Just watched Where is Brittany chopped her extensions. Yeah, I watched that video too. I was like, I liked her little cut, so that's why I was like, I could keep going, but I like this length. It gives me a lot of freedom. It starts getting heavier. I do like it when it's long too. I mean, long hair don't care, but like, for the sake of me getting the extensions out, like, I just been kind of doing like subtle chops like around my lock anniversary. How do you check your mail? So I'm a Florida resident and I have a mailing service. There's quite a bit of different mailing services you can use. I use PostScan, and basically what it does, and I have like the short package because I don't get a lot of mail. I have the things that I do get to me, like I try to have paperless and stuff like that. Please don't send me a piece of paper I have to throw away. So, but I do have a mailing service for, important documents and to stay a Florida resident. And what they do with PostScan is they open up your mail and then they scan it. And then, so now you have a digital copy, and they'll shred it if you don't want to, keep it. Now that you have a digital copy, copy. And if you want to, have it sent to you, you just pay to have them mail you whatever you need. And then I was here and they have the location here, so like I'm in the area, so I was able to have some stuff mailed there and then just go pick it up. But yeah, they'll mail it to me, they open it, scan it, and then I can see it. If I need the actual physical copy, they can send it to me, and if not, I just have them shred it and we're good. Your Mesa Verde video made me tear up. It's such a beautiful. Yeah, I know. I was teared up there too. Something about that place makes you like go back in time, and it's like you can almost imagine how they were building that and living there. There's a lot of energy there that just like it's so magical. Like, I don't. I want to go back when like everything is open because I need to get in those palaces. Anyways, so if there's no more questions, I am going to, let's see, who else do we have on YouTube? Oh, Ken and G, hey. Ken and Gia, we paid to get help to remove both chairs and fridge. We didn't have the patience. I know, I saw that. Bad, yo. I do stuff just to see if I can do it, and if I can't, then but most of the time I can do it, and I surprise myself. Let's see. I'll be starting with what I have to this summer by exploring my surroundings. I live in the DMV. Hey, that's where I'm from. Mo County in the house. I just met somebody who grew up in Albany, and that was like right around, and we like are almost the same age. I almost never meet people from my county. Montgomery County is a cluster of small towns, small suburby towns in Maryland. The suburbs. So you have suburbs here, and you have like Baltimore over here. I don't know Baltimore life. I didn't grow up there. I had some cousins that lived there, but like, and my aunt still lives there, but like I didn't grow up there, so I don't know that culture and that life. And then there's DC, another thing. Like, DC was a scary place to me when I was growing up, and it rightfully so. 80s and early 90s, like it was a scary place. And then there's so many different things, but like it's like this bubble that I was in, because like I've met people from other parts of Maryland, like the Eastern Shore. Didn't know any of that. Never went over there. The little part of the gun of Maryland over here, where it mixes with like Pennsylvania, West Virginia, Virginia. Those people, I don't know. I don't know none of those towns, but yeah. So when I meet people from my town, I'm like, hey, where you been at? So anyways, I'm going to do a little trivia. So if you are still here on YouTube, for my YouTube subscribers and for my Instagram subscribers as well. So if you've been watching my videos and been watching from the beginning and you are a faithful watcher, this should be pretty easy for you, right? It's 5 questions, and whoever has the most points, I have 2 prizes. First prize, you will get a signed copy of my calendar for free. I have 1 copy left that I had mailed to me, besides the one that I bought for myself, to do a giveaway. So if you would like a calendar, please participate in the trivia and you could be winning. Prize number 2. Well, actually, these are, I'm trying to decide if I should break this up or just do like a package. I think I'm going to do like 1 package, maybe 2. So I have the picture. They sent me like a little free package. So there's some pictures of the calendar photos that I put in there right here that have like the mantras and stuff on that. So I have these. So what I'm gonna do is, since I have 5, I'm gonna make it so that everybody can be a winner, because we're all winners and queens and kings. So the main prize is the calendar, and then 5 other people that will get a picture. A picture from the calendar. It's a 4x6, so you can put it in a little thing, whatever you want to do with it. It's like a postcard, and I'll write you a little message on the back. Okay? So here we go. YouTube trivia. If you are still here, wake up, let's go. So just put this in the box below, in the comment box. This is how you qualify for the giveaway. You just put your answer in. It's not about a first thing, it's about points. There's 5 questions. There's 6 points, because one of the questions you can get extra points if you guess something specific. So here we go. Number 1, if you are watching my YouTube videos, you should know this. What food did I make in my first YouTube video? What food did I make in my first YouTube video? It's the very first video before I put out my tour videos, prior to like I really got the guts to like share my ARV life. I had a video on there that I made in my last RV, which was the Colorful Castle. If you want to go real quick and look, it's the very first video in my YouTube video scroll. So if you want to put that in the chat box, I will keep track of who is guessing. Not a clue. Salad. That is salad. In my first video? So that's question number 1. So far, I don't see anybody that's getting any points yet. So, and I will go through and give you the answers at the end. I'm just going to write down each person that gets a point, and then I'll go back and I will tally the points, and then I'll give you the answer as well. So, all right, question number 2. In my zero waste video, what health and beauty products do I make for myself? There are several answers for this, but you will get a bonus point if you guess something very specific. And I'll give you a clue. This thing I make and sell on Etsy. Again, that question is, from my zero waste video, what health and beauty products do I make for myself? And an extra point clue is it's something that there's multiple answers because I make several things for myself. But if you guess this specific thing, you get an extra point. And the clue is that I make it on Etsy. All right. Hello, Solo Black. Hello, Sunkissed Kimmy. What's up? All right. I'm waiting for other things to come in. Patrick, I need you to be more specific. Who else? We got, okay, I got some people over here on, hey, Go Locker, what's going on? Okay, we got somebody over here that guessed number 1. Okay, let's see. Who else? Anybody else? Okay. Who else? Who? Patrick, you're hilarious. Who's making that? Anyways, moving on to number 3. Number 3 is, how many fitness challenge videos do I have so far on my YouTube channel? Ken and G, I got you down for your answer here. How many fitness challenge videos do I have so far on my YouTube channel? Okay. Anybody else? Anybody else? I'm keeping note here. Keeping notes here. Uh-oh. All right, moving on to question number 4. What's the name of my friend who appears in at least 2 of my videos, and she's the person who went on the cruise with me? She has been in at least 2 videos that I can remember, but she also went on the cruise with me. Do you know her name? You can, and she follows me on Instagram, and I also wear her shirt in a lot of my videos because that's my homegirl. If you can guess her name, you can give me her real name and her nickname. If you go to, she's in at least 2 of my videos, but she's mainly in the video that I featured when I went on the cruise. So I'll put that out there. Let's see if anybody has any. All right. All right. Solo Black said, fine thing. I'm sure she'd appreciate that. Oh, Brittany's guy. Okay. And then the last question is, in my outtakes video, which video am I filming when you see my UNC staff in the background? So there's a couple of videos that I had, hold on, let me put that person, outtakes videos for. So one was my Queen video, and so I'm giving you a multiple choice so you can guess. So the first one was my zero waste video. Second one was my Queen, why I call myself a Queen video. That was in the outtakes video. The other video was how to buy a used RV. The other video was a video that I didn't release, which was the original thank you video that I did. That, the struggle was real on that shoot. So I just had to redo it. But I never showed that footage outside of that outtake video. And then the last one was the free camping Oh, there was one other one, the barter camping and work camping video. So those were the different videos that were in there. Which video where I have my background in the back and the front, the curtains that I have that have like all the stars and stuff, I have an unk that sits right there, and it's only in one of those videos. This one's a hard one to see who's really. Let's see. So that was the multiple choice. I'll put off the multiple choice one more time. There was the zero waste video, the barter camping video, the Queen video, the unreleased video, the free camping video, and the how to buy a used RV. So we will see who giving people some time to book. All right. So I have a bunch of tie people. So I'm going to do a tiebreaker so that I can get one person to win the calendar and the other people will win a picture. So, and I'll have 5 people that had yeah. So I'm looking at so the tiebreaker is in my Halloween costume video. What were my 4 costumes? You can get 4 points, up to 4 points if you can name all 4. This is to do a tiebreaker. So there was 4 costumes. If you can name each costume in that, this will give you extra points, and then that will allow me to do a tiebreaker, hopefully. Here we go. So just shoot them off in the comments. This is the tiebreaker video. In my Halloween photo shoot video this past Halloween, I dressed up in that video in 4 different costumes that were all mostly purple related. What were those Halloween costumes? I will put 1 point for each costume near your name if you can name a costume. I will wait. Do, 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 Come on, Instagram. If you don't know this theme song, you're too young. All right, let me put some points for people here. Okay, let's see. Okay, who else do we got? And no. All right. Let's see. Who do we got up here? Okay. This is Yep. Who else do we got? Alrighty. All right. I am going to first tell you the answers to the questions, and then I will announce the winner and announce the 5 other winners. And make sure at the end of this video, if you're on Instagram and you win, just DM me where you want me to send, the name and address where you want me to send. And if you're on YouTube, please send me an email at QueenTashaTV@gmail with your name and the address that you want me to send it to. So here we go. Question number 1. What food did I make in my first video? Vegan jackfruit curry. If you haven't seen that video, go make sure you check out that recipe. It's the first time that I actually filmed my first like YouTube video, and I had put it out like a whole year in advance and didn't even really put any effort into really doing it. And it was like but I love cooking videos, so if you want to see more of that, let me know in the comments below. So that's number one. Number two, zero waste video. What health and body products do I make for myself? So I make um, my own toothpaste. I make my own hair gel. I make my own lotion, body oil, facial oil. But the one that gave you extra points is deodorant. And that's one of the first things I started making for myself. And I sell that on Etsy. So if you need some natural deodorant, make sure you head on over to Etsy. You can put an order in, and it is custom made. So yeah, you get an extra point if you guessed deodorant, and then if you guessed any other one, that gave you points. All right. So moving to the next one. How many fitness challenge videos do you have so far on YouTube? I have 2. My abs challenge and my glute challenge. And right now I am doing a challenge right now, which is a 21-day fitness challenge with Blogilates. It's the same person that I did the other 2 challenges with, and she had like a 21-day all body tone type of thing. And I just wanted to, I like doing these challenges mainly as a mental fitness because I fell out of my workout routine as far as like making sure that it's part of my morning routine or routine in general. And I fell out of that like when Prince died. And so like I've been working out, I've been going and doing stuff, hikes and shit, like a bunch of different active things, but I have not had a active fitness routine, and it just changes my day. It gives me so much more energy if I do it, and try to make it not a chore again, something that I enjoy doing. Is something that I like to do, and so I like to do that by doing challenges. But I also want to see how I can change my body around. Like I've been mostly slim most of my life. I've had my thick days and my fit days, but I've never really been cut or anything like that. So I'm hoping before I pop out a baby one day that I can pop some abs. And then I'll be satisfied. I'll be life fulfilled. But I do have 2 fitness videos out on YouTube. Number 4, what's what's the name of my friend who has appeared in at least 2 of my videos that went on the cruise with me? Her name is Bree. Her full name is Sabrina, but her name is Bree, and shout out to Bree. Bree Nut on Instagram. And she has been my homegirl. We've met through a Facebook group, and we're friends in real life, and we've done a lot of different adventures and kept in touch with each other through the love of this lifestyle. And yeah, and she has a shirt brand called Same Shirt Different Country. And it's like my go-to black hoodie that I wear, and I feel like I wear it in a lot of videos. But yeah, her name is Bree or Sabrina. So shout out to her. And number 5, in my outtake video, which video am I filming when you see my UNC staff in the background? That video is the how to buy a used RV video. The reason why that one's specific is the first time I had this background that I have, and you can't see it right now, but if you look in that video, I had just got these curtains to kind of block off the front so you can't really see, and it has like a pattern design, which I love. And also I carved out this UNC staff, and I like had some leftover wood, and like I made it into an unk somehow. And I love the unk. If you haven't seen my intro video, that is my new logo. It's the way that it's designed is so that you can see the Q and the T, Queen Tasha, but it's also an unk. And I love it. The person who designed it, shout out to Satchel Designs, who sponsored all of that. She is responsible for my logo and the motion graphic and the new YouTube banner, and just awesome. She's super cool. Please go follow her on Instagram, Satchel Designs. If you need anything like that done, make sure you check her out. She's a Black owned self company, and she's super talented, and I'm super grateful. And so yeah, then there was that, and then the bonus question was, in my Halloween video, what costumes did I wear? I had 4 costumes. So I was over the top. Anyways, I was a ballerina. I had got a purple tutu from Goodwill, and I was just like, I have to be a ballerina. Like, I did when I was going to college, ballet and modern were the 2 things, but like it wasn't like ballet where you get like tutued up. It was more like modern ballet where you're like barefoot and no clothes on. So yeah, so ballerina, purple ballerina, Queen Tasha. Somebody said I look like the Snow Queen from Snow White, and I was like, what? I didn't even know. And then I looked it up, and I was like, get the fuck out of here! I look like the Snow Queen. So, but it was Queen Tasha in attempts, and then Storm from X-Men, which was my like costume to go for. That's what I wore that night because I wanted to be a superhero, and I love X-Men. Storm is a Black superhero, and it was like it was perfect, and I already had like the costume stuff to do it, so it was like, hey. And the last costume was Witch. So we have tallied up all of the scores, and today's winner, if you are still here, Mr. John Silas, has cleaned up thanks to the bonus round and has won for today. So John Silas, if you are still here, make sure you hit me up in on my email, QueenTashaTV@gmail.com, and you could and I'll send you the calendar, and I will sign it and put a little message on it for you. So my backup not backup winners, you guys are still all winners. You're my secondary winners. So let's see. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. So we have 5 winners, and I will pick the best one that will fit for you guys. But I will send you, it's kind of almost like a postcard, but it's a 4x6, and it's blank on the back. I'll write you a little message, and I will send this to your mailbox, and you will get some mail instead of all bills. So my secondary winners are, here we go, Sizzo here on Instagram. Shout out to her. I don't know if that's a girl or a guy. Please tell me what your real name is. Oh, yeah. Tell me what your real name is. But you are a winner today. Hey. And then we have Luminara on YouTube. If you are still here, make sure you send me your info. Ken and Gia on Instagram. Shout out to my ladies here. Thank you for watching my videos. You are a winner today. Mr. Goat Locker, Mr. John here on Instagram. You are also a winner today. And I don't know how you say this name, but Nalijorpan. I don't want to try. I think that was here on. That was on Instagram, right? Yeah, on Instagram. Najorpon. I tried. You are my 5th winner for today. Shout out to all of my winners of today's giveaway. I thank you all for coming to today's live. I hope I answered all your questions. I'm going to get some of these people that came in at the end here. Let's see. Shout out to Motorhome Gearhead. Shout out to Solo Black. I got John Silas. Yeah, make sure you email me. Shout out to Movie Tunes. Thank you, John. Thank you, everybody who has came. Luminara, make sure you email me. And anybody else that I mentioned. So Goat Locker, Ken and Gia, and now Jorpan on Instagram. And John Silas for the calendar. He's our big winner. Hold on. Let me get, where's my tambourine? Hey, John. So yeah, make sure you send me your information. Luminara and Sizzo on Instagram as well. So thank you everybody who came out. I was gonna do some karaoke, but like there's just a lot of noise going on. And it's getting warm in the RV. And I want to go back out to the beach. But I appreciate everybody who came today. YouTube live, yes. And Instagram live, yes. You guys are awesome. Thank you so much for watching my videos. Thank you so much for supporting my journey. You guys are awesome. I truly appreciate you because without you, it's just me talking to a camera and my shenanigans are hilarious enough for me to watch. I'm editing those videos, but you guys make the whole dream like possible. So I appreciate you. Thank you so much for supporting this dream. So that is all for me in today's live. I plan to try to do some more lives and get more up close and personal with you guys. I love doing karaoke. I love doing trivia and games and all kind of things. So I'm going to try to make it fun for everybody and have some times where we can kind of loosen up and get lost in life. But that's it for me. I am going to go live my best life at the beach before the sun goes down. And yeah, and I will stay tuned to my next video, which hopefully will be up by, what's today? Today is Sunday. So next week, hopefully next week sometime between Thursday and Sunday, I will have another video up. Not sure what it's going to be yet, but it's probably going to be something about San Diego adventures or something else. I haven't decided yet. If you have any suggestions, please leave it in the comments. But anyways, yes, I'm wrapping up for today. So yes, if you make sure you reach out to me. I will try to reach out to you if you haven't reached out to me by the end of today on Instagram. At least for my Instagram people, it's hard for me to do on YouTube because there's no way for me to really contact you on YouTube. So please make sure if you want on YouTube that you send me an email. I love you guys all. Thank you so much for coming. Peace and blessings.